What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another build video, and this is the build for the GrimLord, which has been highly requested by some people in the comments, and I promised to release the build today, so here we go. So we'll jump straight into the sets. The first set is Witch Knight. We are running 4 pieces of Witch Knight Defiance, as it will give you 3 lines of weapon and spell damage. The first piece is an axe, and you want the weapon damage enchantment on it. It is a 2-handed weapon, and you want it in Nirnhoned. You don't need sharpened, as you do not need the penetration. So Nirnhoned and a weapon damage enchantment for maximum damage. And the second set we're running is the Arch Druid, which will give you a line of penetration, which isn't actually needed, but it's nice to have. But the main reason is because when you do a heavy attack, it's going to do shock damage and apply a major vulnerability, which is going to increase the damage taken by 10%. Everything in medium, by the way, on all the armour. Everything in Divines, everything Max Magicka, nice and simple. And the third set we are running is Nightblade's Howl, which gives you 3 lines of weapon and spell damage, which is absolutely amazing. And the fifth piece will give you, it will apply major cowardice to your opponent, but that isn't necessary, or you don't have to worry about that. The thing we are using this for is because it will give you major courage, which will add 430 weapon and spell damage. So that stacked in combination with the 3-piece, you're nearly getting you're getting about 820 weapon damage from this set, which is absolutely monster. I don't think there's anything in the game. It even rivals Clever Alchemist, just minus the 2 lines of health. It's also a medium set, which is perfect. The shoulders are, of course, the Arch Druid, medium Divines Max Magicka. And I've got 3 more pieces, which is the waist, hands and legs, all Nightblade's Howl, all medium Divines Max Magicka. And I've got the boots as Witch Knight, medium Divines Max Magicka. The necklace is Nightblade's Howl. You want everything infused with weapon damage enchantment on the jewellery. And I've got a Witch Knight ring infused weapon damage. And of course the Oaken Soul infused weapon damage. So try and gold out all the jewellery and the weapon. You don't have to gold out the armour, but that will give you an extra boost. So that is the sets we're running. 4 pieces of Witch Knight. Must be Battle Axe for the critical damage. And then you've got the Arch Druid and the Nightblade's Howl. And obviously the Oaken Soul. So that is all the armour. We'll jump into the skills. So of course we've got the Merciless Resolve for the Spec Bow. Hits super hard. The highest I've hit on this is a 36k Spec Bow on someone. So you can probably push to even nearly 40k, I would imagine. It's absolutely monster damage. It can be dodged, so obviously it doesn't always land every time. But when it lands, it's pretty much game over. We've got the Shrewd Offering for a massive burst heal, and we also have this slotted for this passive, which is Magicka Flood, which will give you an extra 8% with a siphoning ability slotted. So with the Shrewd Offering, you can stack a lot of Max Magicka. We've got the Simmering Frenzy, which will stack your weapon and spell damage really high. I found this to be best in slot. It is obviously riskier because it will drop your health, but I've got a couple of tricks just to keep the health recovery a bit better. We've got the Concealed Weapon for the Major Berserk. And obviously you can set them off balance if you want to strike your enemies with this. Still hits super hard, but it's not actually part of the rotation. And of course we've got the Shadowy Disguise, so you're cloaked and get a critical strike. And the crazy ultimate Onslaught, which hits super hard and also gives you 5 seconds of basically 100% penetration on that target. So this combination is crazy. So like I said, you're going to get the major vulnerability from the Archdruid, you're getting the major courage from Nixan's Howl, you're getting 100% penetration from the ultimate, and you're getting the major Berserk buff from Concealed Weapon. So as I said, you've got all the major buffs. I think the only major buffs you're not having is Major Force and Major Brittle. Is the only two ones that you probably haven't got that are damage buffs. So you are going to be hitting mega hard. Obviously with your points, make sure you've got all your points in all your 3 class lines, all your passives. And obviously you want your 2-handed, all your passives. I don't think we've got any light armour on the build. No, we haven't. So you only need it all slotted into medium armour. We don't need light armour, as it only gives you penetration and weapon critical, and the penetration is redundant. So I just go full medium. And obviously you want all your vampire passives with your Simmering Frenzy. Don't think we're running the Fighters Guild. No, we're not. So we don't need Fighters Guild passives, which is a nice bonus. So it's less skill points. Get your Undaunted if you can, because that's going to give you extra stats. And obviously your Alliance War lines, if you can get the passives in that was also very helpful. I'm running a Khajiit for extra critical damage, but you can run High Elf or Dark Elf or Orc for extra weapon damage. It's probably not a lot in it, to be honest. And obviously the medicinal use, so your potions will last a lot longer. So these are the stats unbuffed. I will show them buffed up again. I'm pretty sure the weapon damage will hit 8,200. The weapon critical goes to about 32%. And the penetration will go to about 21,000, but that goes off by what you're hitting. So it should be 100% on your target for 5 seconds. So you've got to drop the target within 5 seconds, which is easily delivered, as the combo is about 2 seconds. So put everything into Max Magicka. Make sure you're Vamp Stage 2. You don't need to go 3. As it's going to make your abilities cost a bit more. So Vamp Stage 2 is absolutely fine. Also, it's going to increase the health recovery reduction, which is not really what you want anyway. So I would personally stay at Stage 2. If you want the extra survivability, go 3, but just stay at 2. That's what I've been running. And obviously the Shadow for critical damage. As you can see, you're at 83% critical damage bonus, plus the 50% base. So that's 133%. So you're over the critical cap already, and you're not even running any crit damage sets. It's all weapon damage sets. Just check what food I've got on. It should be the Max Magic, and it doesn't display it on there. I'll just quickly show you. If you want more survivability, run Bewitched Sugar Skulls, because obviously it's going to give you more stat bars and you've got the health. But if you want to go full damage, just run the Tomato Garlic Chutney, as this will give you 6,000 extra Max Magicka. So you're going to hit as hard as absolutely possible. Your survivability is going to go down, but you're a ganker. So, you know, you're best to just go into full damage. So I've been using the Tomato Garlic Chutney. as it just works perfect with the build. So I'll go into the champion points. So you want the fighting finesse for the critical damage, master at arms for 6% bonus, deadly aim for 6% bonus, and your backstabber for 10% critical damage bonus. So that's going to give you the best bang for your buck. And of course, because we are using the Simmering Frenzy, you will find that your health recovery is going to deplete. So what I've put in, I've got the celerity for the movement rate, because you're not running acceleration, so I think you need a bit of extra movement. Bastion, if you hit someone when they got a shield, you're going to do extra damage. And the strategic reserve is what I'm using for the health recovery gain. So the more ultimate you've got, the Simmering Frenzy is going to impact you less. I found this to be quite useful. And obviously a bit of regen for recoveries. So as you can see, even though I'm Vampire Stage 2, I've still got some health recovery. It does half in PvP, unfortunately, but obviously if you've got 500 ultimate and you're running around with Simmering, it's going to take a lot longer to, you ain't going to drop to, your health ain't going to go super low, you know, as quick, so you've got a lot more time. As you can see, look, the health recovery is enough to keep it going, even though I'm a vampire. So keep it to stage 2 and have strategic reserve on, and just build that ultimate up, and then you won't go to like 1% health unless you keep it on for super long. You only need the 5 stacks and away you go. So let's do a quick buff up just to see the damage. So that is the damage numbers there. I think it does hit to 8,200. I tried before. But yeah, that's the numbers you're going to get in the effect. That's the Arch Druid proccing, and when the purple hits, that's the major vulnerability you're getting on the opponent. So let's just land a combo just to show you what actually happens. Just quickly build up the ultimate. So I'll hit the training dummy from the front, but obviously you want to flank anyone you can. You always want to aim from behind, as you will get the extra critical damage bonus. Right, so let's start fresh. So you want to pop your Simmering Frenzy beforehand. Make sure you have your 5 stacks of spec bow ready. You can see it is because it's glowing golden. And then obviously, yeah, like I said, make sure you're behind your opponent, but this is just a demonstration, so I'll be hitting from the front. I'll do a little roll dodge just to get your Mage Berserk pop up. There it is. Run in, heavy attack, ult, and then spec bow. Yeah, that will play the. You're going to be hitting with major vulnerability, major berserk, major courage, full pen. It's just absolutely insane. You're going to drop a lot of people quickly. The only way people can survive it is if they block the spec bow, but they've got react super quick. So you need to catch people off guard. Obviously, that's what ganking builds are. I'll add some more clips of the build in action as well, and if you've got any questions or comments about the build itself, just write in the comments below. If you like this build, please drop the video a like, and if you enjoy my build videos and guides, I've got plenty more coming. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, as that greatly helps me out. I've got more ideas about to push this even further, and make some other variations as well, so stay tuned, there's plenty more to come. So I'll see you in the next video.
Vida.